Even if they came out dissing me, I could destroy them. I mastered their style. They can keep writing new shit, but I mastered their style. I had the dopest East Coast shit in the fucking world.
You are now listening to Dancing of Octane Entertainment.
I mastered that shit, cause East Coast niggas love real shit like West Coast niggas love real shit.
Niggas in my faction don't like asking questions. Strictly gun testing, coke measuring, living president, the Benzito, hitting fannies, spending chips at Manny's. Hope you creeps got receipts. My peeps get dirty like cleats. Run up in your crib, wrap you in your polo sheets. Six up in your wig piece, nigga deceased. May you rest in peace. With my sycamore style, more sicker than yours. 4-4 and 54 drawers. Watch my pilot, steer my lid. Yes, my dear, shit's official. Only the feds I fear. Here's a tissue. Stop your blood clot crying. The kids, the dog, everybody dying. No lying. So don't you get suspicious. I'm big dangerous, you're just a little vicious.
Buster, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard. I got some killers on my payroll, and they know when it's time to handle business, nigga lay low, nigga lay low. Buster, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard. I'm getting paid, pulling raises on niggas when they running up the first opponent slap. When there's drama, Buster, you ain't heard, you ain't heard. My name with this game official. Niggas is so shame they stand stiff like scared bitches. While I remain inside a paradox called my block. Though gunshots is promised to me, when will I stop? I hit the beat and hope to God I can fly high. Witness my enemies die when I ride by. They shouldn't have tried me, they send their bodies to their parents up north. With their faces, they bliss and they nuts cut off. Fuck them all when I scream as I dream in tongues. Fuck a trick, get me rich and the bitches will come. Bust my gun, make them all scatter. Bullets to my nuts only made my balls fatter. Eat a dick, biatch, mercy, never that. You say you coming back, bring it on, forever strap. Introduce you to the pleasure and the pain. You could go so far to sell me your soul. Living the life of a ghetto star. You ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard. I got some killers on my payroll, and they know when it's time to handle business, nigga lay low, nigga lay low. Buster, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard. I'm getting paid, pulling raises on niggas when they running up the first opponent slap. When there's drama. Buster, you ain't heard, 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 you ain't heard.
The most exclusive mix.
Thug, for life. You could be the shit, flash the fattest vibe, have the biggest dick, but when your shell get hit, you ain't worth spit, just a memory. Remember he used to push the champagne range. Silly cat, wore suede in the rain. Suede put the G in game. Had the Gucci frames before Dana Dane. Thought he ran with pain, I can't recall his name. You mean that kid that nearly lost half his brain over 2 bricks of cocaine? Getting his dick sucked by crackhead Lorraine. A fucking shame, Dukes and Lane. What's his name? Dark skin Jermaine. Dark skin Jermaine.
Buster, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard, you ain't heard. I got some killers on my payroll.